Namaste dear students, welcome to your channel Virtual Master. In the previous session, we have discussed about distance and displacement. Also, we have calculated distance and displacement in different cases and scenarios. Based on these different cases and scenarios, we have also discussed the difference between distance and displacement. In today's session, we are going to solve few numerical problems and MCQs related to the distance and displacement. If you have not subscribed our channel till now, then please subscribe our channel first. Okay, to get the notifications of all the video uploads, press the bell icon also. Before starting our session, first we are going to discuss the question that was asked in the previous session. Okay. In the previous session, we have asked you that which of the following statements are correct. The first statement is distance is always greater than displacement. No, distance can be equal to displacement also. So this statement is incorrect. Distance can never be zero. It is true. Distance cannot be zero. Displacement can be zero, but distance cannot be zero. And third statement is distance is greater than or equal to displacement. Yes, it is also correct. Distance can be equal to displacement or it can be greater than the displacement. So the third statement is correct. And the fourth statement is distance can decrease with time. No, distance cannot decrease with time, whereas displacement can decrease with time. So the option 4 is also not correct. Now, among these four statements, only second statement and third statement is correct. So, option C, that is second and third, is correct. So, the correct answer for this question is option C. Okay. Now, let us solve our first question. Okay. Our first question is a car moves 3 km towards east. That is, the car is moving 3 kilometers towards east. Then it moves 4 kilometers towards north. It is moving 4 kilometers towards north. Find the distance covered and the magnitude of the displacement. So what we have to find? We have to find distance and displacement of the car when it moves 3 kilometers towards east and 4 kilometers towards north. Okay, let us draw the diagram of the car. Okay, it is not exactly like car, but you have to assume this is a car. Okay, initially what it does, it starts from point A. Let us assume it is starting from point A. From point A, it is moving 3 kilometers towards east. So if this is the east direction, I will draw the directions of north, east and west, south. This is north, this is south, this is east and this is west, isn't it? Everybody knows this. Then also I am drawing again. Now the car is moving 3 kilometers towards east. So the car starts moving 3 kilometers towards east. Okay, I will call this point as point B. And the length of AB is 3 kilometer. Now from point B, it starts moving 4 kilometer towards north. So from point B, the car starts moving towards the north. How much it moves? It moves 4 kilometers. Okay, I will call this point as point C. And the distance between B and C is 4 kilometer. Now, in this case, we have to find the displacement and distance of the car. Okay. Now, how to find the distance first? Distance is nothing but the length of the path covered by the car. Here car is covering the path from A to B, then B to C. So the total length between A to B and B to C gives the distance. So I can write distance as AB plus BC. Now what is AB? AB is 3 kilometer and BC is 4 kilometer. So total distance is nothing but 7 kilometer. Okay. Now we have to find the displacement of the car. Now what is displacement? Displacement is the shortest distance between the initial position and final position. Here A is the initial position and C is the final position. Sorry. A is the initial position and C is the final position of the car. Now what is displacement? It is the shortest distance between initial position and final position. So if we draw a straight line between initial position and final position, the length of the straight line gives us the shortest distance between A and C. So what we have to do? We have to draw a straight line between initial position and final position, that is A and C. Okay, and the length of this straight line AC gives the displacement. Now you can see here the triangle ABC is a right angled triangle and the angle ABC is 90 degree, isn't it? And AC is the hypotenuse of the right angled triangle. So displacement is equals to AC. Okay, now we have to find the AC. According to Pythagoras theorem, we know that AC square is equals to AB square plus BC square. Why? AC is the hypotenuse of the right angle triangle. So I can write AC square is equals to AB square plus BC square. Now AC will be equals to square root of AB square plus BC square. Now what is AB square? AB square is how much? 3 square. 3 square is how much? 9. BC square. What is BC? BC is 4. 4 square is 16. So 9 plus 16 is 25. Square root of 25. So displacement AC is equals to square root of 25. That is how much? 5 kilometer. Okay. This is how you have to find the distance and displacement if the problem is given like this. Okay. I hope everyone have understood the solution of this problem. Let us go for the next question. Okay. The next question is, find the distance and the magnitude of displacement of a person moving from point A to point B. How he is moving? In a semicircle of radius 2 meter. So what is given? A person is moving from point A to point B. How he is moving? He is moving in a semicircle. And the radius of that semicircle is how much? It is 2 meter. Now what you have to find? You have to find the distance covered by the person and displacement of the person. Okay. Now, as shown in the diagram, the person will be moving from point A to point B in a semicircle. Okay. This diagram is not part of the question. For the sake of explanation, I have drawn. Okay. The person is moving from point A to point B in a semicircle. And the radius of this semicircle is 2 meter, isn't it? So the diameter AB will be equals to 4 meter. Okay. A is the initial position of the person and B is the final position of the person. Now you have to calculate distance and displacement of the person. Distance is equals to half of the circumference of a circle, or you can say circumference of a semicircle, isn't it? Distance will be equals to half of the circumference of the circle. Now what is the formula for circumference of a circle? We know that circumference of a circle is given by 2 pi r, isn't it? Now distance will be equals to half of this circumference. So I can write 2 pi r by 2. Okay, 2 get cancelled. What is left? Only pi r. Now I am going to repeat once again. Since the person is moving from point A to point B in a semicircle, so the distance covered by the person AB from A to B is half of the circumference of a circle. Okay, why? Because semicircle is nothing but half of the circle, isn't it? So distance will be equals to half of the circumference of a circle. We know that the circumference of a circle is given by 2 pi r. So distance will be equals to 2 pi r divided by 2. 2 get cancelled. What is left? Only pi r. Now what is the value of pi? It is 3.142 and radius is how much? 2 meter. So if you multiply, you are going to get 6.284 meter. So the distance is how much? 6.284 meter. So the person is covering a distance of 6.284 meter while moving from point A to point B in a semicircle. Now we have to find the displacement of the person. We know that displacement is nothing but the shortest distance between initial position and final position. Here A is the initial position and B is the final position, and the shortest distance between initial position and final position can be found out by drawing a straight line, and the length of this straight line gives the displacement. Okay, this we have discussed earlier also, isn't it? The length of the straight line between initial position and final position, that is AB, gives us the displacement. So distance is equals to AB. It is equals to how much it is? 4 meter. Okay. I hope everyone have understood how to solve this type of question. Okay. Now let us solve next question. Okay. The next question is, a cyclist takes 50 seconds to complete one round of a circular track of radius capital R. What will be the displacement at the end of 2 minutes 55 seconds? Okay, what is given? A cyclist is there. He is taking 50 seconds to complete one round of a circular track. He is taking 50 seconds to complete one round of a circular track, and that circular track is having a radius of capital R, and we have to find the displacement of the cyclist at the end of 2 minutes 55 seconds. Okay, now to find the displacement, first we need initial position and final position. You can see here there is a cycle, that means cyclist, and he has to move around the circular track. So this will become the initial position of the cyclist. Now we have to find the final position. Okay, to find the displacement we need initial position and final position. Now to find the final position, first we have to find how many rounds the cyclist is going to complete after 2 minutes 55 seconds. Okay, now we have to convert this time value that is given in minutes into seconds. So total time will be equals to, total time is equals to 2 minutes means it is 1 minute equals to 60 seconds. So 2 minute means 120 seconds. 120 seconds plus 55 seconds is 175 seconds, isn't it? Now how much time the cyclist is going to take to complete one round? It is 50 seconds. Now we have to find the number of rounds completed by a cyclist after 175 seconds. Okay, number of rounds the cyclist is going to complete after 175 seconds. We can use the formula total time divided by time taken by the cyclist to complete one round. So total time is what? 175 seconds, isn't it? And the time taken by the cyclist to complete one round is 50 seconds. Okay, if you use this formula you can easily find the number of rounds completed by a cyclist after 175 seconds. Now if you divide 175 divided by 50, you are going to get 3.5. That means at the end of the 175 seconds the cyclist is going to complete 3.5 rounds. Okay, 3.5 rounds of the circular track, as you can see here. In the first 50 seconds he is going to complete one round, and in the second 50 seconds, that is after 100 seconds, he will complete second round. After 150 seconds he is going to complete third round, and at the end of 175 seconds he is going to cover another half round. Now this point is going to become the final position of the cyclist. Now what you have to do? You have to draw the straight line between initial position and the final position, and the length of that straight line is going to give the displacement of the cyclist. So let us draw the straight line between initial position and final position. Okay, I have drawn here the straight line, and the length of this straight line will be equal to displacement, isn't it? The length of this straight line will be equal to the diameter of the circular track. So displacement will be equals to diameter of a circular track. Now what is diameter? Diameter is nothing but 2 times the radius, isn't it? Now what is the value of radius? Radius is given r. So displacement will be equals to 2r. So the answer is 2r. This is how you have to solve this type of questions. I hope everyone have understood the solution of this problem. Now let us solve the next problem. Okay. The next question is, the initial and final position of an object is given as. Okay, here 4 pairs of initial and final position of an object is given, and you have to find which pair gives the negative displacement. Okay, 4 pairs of initial position and final position of an object is given, and you have to find which pair gives the negative displacement. We know that the formula for displacement is final position minus initial position. Displacement will be equals to final position minus initial position. Okay. Now let us find one by one. Okay. In the first pair, minus 3 is the initial position and 7 is the final position. So displacement will be equals to final position minus initial position. Final position is 7, initial is 3, minus of minus 3. Okay, here what is the formula? Displacement is equals to final position minus initial position. Initial position is how much? Minus 3 meter, right? So it will be minus of minus 3. So 7 minus of minus 3 will be equals to 7 plus 3. It is nothing but 10 meter. This is not a negative displacement. So first pair is not the negative displacement. Okay. Second one pair. In the second pair you can see displacement is equals to final position. Here 6 is the final position and 2 is the initial position. 6 minus 2. It is equals to 4 meter. So 4 meter is also a positive value. So second pair also does not give negative displacement. Let us find the third pair. In the third pair you can see 5 meter is initial position and minus 1 meter is final position. So displacement is equals to final position minus initial position. Here minus 1 is final position. So minus 1 minus 5. Okay, 5 is initial position. So minus 1 minus 5 is equals to how much? Minus 6. So it is a negative displacement, right? So third pair gives the negative displacement. Okay, similarly let us find the displacement for fourth pair. Here 4 is the initial position and 1 is a final position. So 1 minus 4 is equals to how much? It is minus 3 meter. So fourth pair gives the negative displacement. So among these 4 options, third option and fourth option gives the negative displacement. So the correct answer is option C, third and fourth. I hope everyone have understood the solution for this question. Okay, let us solve the next question. The next question is, a drunkard walking in a narrow lane takes 5 steps forward and 3 steps backwards, followed again by 5 steps forward and 3 steps backwards, and so on. Each step is 1 meter long and requires 1 second. How long the drunkard takes to fall in a pit 13 meter away from the starting point? What is given? A pivot is walking in a narrow lane. Narrow lane means gully. Okay, and he takes 5 steps forward and 3 steps backwards. Again followed by 5 steps forward and 3 steps backward. So what this fellow will be doing? He goes 5 steps forward and again come back 3 steps. Like this he will be moving. Again he will take 5 steps forward and come back 3 steps. So on. He will be moving like that only. And each step is how much? 1 meter long. Okay, each step is 1 meter long, and to take each step you need 1 second. Okay, for every second the drunkard is going to take only 1 step. How long this pivot is going to take to fall in a pit? Pit means gada. Here it is a gada, and this gada is located at 13 meter away from the starting point. Okay, this is the starting point. Now, how much time this drunkard or pivot is going to take to fall in this pit? Okay. Now, let us start. Let us start the movement. First, the pivot is going to take 5 steps forward. Okay, each step is how much? It is 1 meter long. And to take each step, you require 1 second. So, if he is taking 5 steps forward, that means he requires 5 seconds. Okay, the time taken to reach to take the 5 steps is 5 seconds. Now, after coming 5 steps forward, he goes back 3 steps. Okay, he takes 3 steps backward. So now he moves 3 steps backward. So how much time is required now? 3 seconds. Okay, initially he took 5 steps forward and he came back 3 steps. In total 8 seconds he has traveled only 2 meters, isn't it? So in the first go he covered only 2 meter in 8 seconds. So in the first go he covered how much? 2 meter in 8 seconds, isn't it? Now again what he will do? Again he is going to take 5 steps forward. That means he will reach to the 7th position. Then again he goes back to he takes 3 steps backward. Now after taking 3 steps backward from 7th position, he will reach to the 4th position. That means again he is going to cover 2 meter in 8 seconds. Okay, so in the second go he reaches to the 4th position and he takes again 8 seconds. 8 seconds means it will be 16 seconds now. Okay, in a second go he reaches the position 4 meter and he takes 16 seconds. Okay, now again he takes 5 steps forward. That means he will reach 9th position. After reaching the 9th position, again he is going to take 3 steps backward. That means now he is going to reach 6 meters or 6th position. So in the third go the pivot is going to cover how much? 6 meter. Okay, and how much time is going to take? Again this go will also take 8 seconds, means 16 plus 8 means 24 seconds. Okay, in the next go the pivot is going to cover take 5 steps forward. That means he reaches 11th position, and after reaching 11th position again he is going to take 3 steps backward. Okay, now after 4th go the pivot is at 8th position. That means he has covered 8 meter till now, and how much time he has taken? 24 second plus 8 second, it will be 32 seconds. Okay, now what he will do? Again the pivot is going to take 5 steps forward. Now look at this. After 5 steps he reaches 13th meter where the gadda is there. So after the 5th step he is going to fall in a pit. Okay, that means in the 5th go he is going to fall in a pit. Okay, in a 5th go he reaches 13 meter. How much time he takes? Only 5 seconds is required, right? From 8th position he directly falls into the pit. So 5 seconds is required. 32 plus 5 how much? 37 seconds. So for a pivot to fall in a pit from 0th position, that is 13 meter away from the 0th position, he takes 37 seconds. So the option A is correct answer. I hope everyone have understood the solution for this question. Now let us discuss the next question. Okay. The next question is, a man moves 5 meters south, then moves 10 meter west. Find the displacement. So what is given? A man is moving 5 meters towards south, then he is moving 10 meters towards west. Now what we have to find? We have to find the displacement. Okay. And the options are given here. Now for the reference, I am drawing the directions also. North, east, west and south. This is north, this is south, east and west. Now let us assume the man is starting from point A. From point A is moving 5 meters south towards south. From point A he is moving 5 meters towards south. I will call this point as point B. And the distance between A and B is 5 meter. Okay. Now from point B he is moving 10 meter to the west. Now from point B he is moving 10 meter to the west. Okay, I will call this point as C. And the distance between B and C is 10 meter. Now we have to find the displacement. Here A is the initial position and C is the final position. And the shortest distance between initial position and final position is nothing but the displacement. So to find the displacement, we have to draw a straight line between the initial position and final position. Okay, and the length of this straight line AC gives the displacement. Okay, so displacement is equals to AC. Now let us find AC. Now look at the diagram. It is a right angled triangle. Okay, and angle ABC is 90 degree. So AC is the hypotenuse. Now according to the Pythagoras theorem, I can write AC square is equals to AB square plus BC square, isn't it? Now AC square will be equals to, what is AB? AB is 5 meter. AB square means 5 5 is 25. Okay. Similarly, BC is how much? 10 meter. BC square means 100. So AC square is equals to 125. Therefore, AC is equals to how much? Square root of 125. And I can write AC as 5 root 5. Okay, 25 5s are 125. And if you take square root of 25, you are going to get 5. So 5 root 5. The correct answer is 5 root 5 meter. So option B, 5 root 5 is correct. Okay, I hope everyone have understood the solution of this question. Today's question for you is, the numerical ratio of distance to displacement is, okay, you have to find the numerical ratio of distance to displacement, and the options are: option A may be greater than 1 or equal to 1, option B always equal to 1, option C always greater than 1, and option D always less than 1. You have to give the correct answer in the comment section. Okay. If you have not subscribed our channel till now, then please first subscribe our channel. Okay. To get the notifications of all our video uploads, press the bell icon. Okay. Thank you very much.